You know, it was just one of those days when you don't want to wake up, where everything is fucked and everybody sucks. I didn't really know why, but I wanted to justify ripping someone's head off. I was about to go nutso, straight freak show, when it hit me and I realized that I was jonesing for my fix off that Limp Bizkit mix. And what do you know, tonight was the night I'd finally get to be in the presence of the one and only holy prophet, Frederick of the Durst Esquire. Limp Bizkit is the new metal band that everyone pretends to not like, so their elitist friends don't make fun of them, but you all know damn well you feel that sting of excitement anytime you hear the riff from Break Stuff. Your grim black metal corpse painted frown slowly starts to turn into a soul patch as you uncontrollably put on a backwards red hat and go, yeah! As it says in the ancient text, friendliness is next to godliness. So when the Loserville tour featuring Limp Bizkit and a weird as fuck lineup came to town, I knew I had to rip the sleeves off my shirt and shotgun a six-pack while racing my grandma's car on my suspended license to party like it's 1999. So headbang the like button, stage dive on the subscribe button, and windmill the video to your friends. If you're a fan of the channel and you'd like to show your support, consider becoming a member. Memberships are only 99 cents a month, and every one really helps me toward my goal of creating a life-size Godzilla to invade Canada. And now let's get twisted with the biscuit. Taking place at the Glen Helen Amphitheater in San Bernardino, bro. Tonight was to be full of bizarre, horrifying sights that I never thought I'd see in my life, like Corey Feldman.
Mother of God.
Knowing that he was the opening act for this circus, me and my friend that I went with decided that getting there we would take our time. Slow lane the whole drive at a comfortable 50 miles an hour. Why yes, you may cut in front of me, everyone, please, after you.
Merge, everybody, merge.
Well, despite my best efforts, the traffic gods of Los Angeles decided to mock me, and we ended up arriving at the venue just as Corey was starting his set. Motherfucker! Since we were there, sometimes you gotta take one for the content, and we said fuck it, let's go see. Walking down into the pit area while he was performing felt a lot like that scene at the end of Toy Story 3 when they're all being slowly led to their deaths. Corey Feldman is basically if the movie The Room was a person. It's not something you'd ever want to watch by yourself, but with a group of friends it can be pretty hilarious. Corey rocked this makeshift Michael Jackson outfit, subjecting the audience to a bizarre barrage of funkish rockish noise. Things got even more exciting when we were blessed with the presence of the one and only Durstmeister himself for a song. Not singing or performing or anything, just standing in the back chilling to the song, being like, hey, what's up everybody, I'm Fred. While I wouldn't say that I enjoyed the Feldman spectacle, I will be honest and say that he was by no means the worst act I've ever seen live.
Well, maybe not that horrible, but still pretty bad.
In fact, I don't even think he was the worst act on this tour. That's right, folks, it'll get worse. But before we get to that, Corey wrapping up his set allowed us to really take in this strange nu metal safari we had embarked on. Do you know how funny it is to look across a crowd of thousands of people and spot pockets of backwards red hats everywhere? People played into the comedy of this show so well. I saw one girl with a red hat and a drawn-on soul patch. That was hilarious. There were parents with their little kids rocking the hats together. Limp Bizkit has become a whole theme that the fans and the band hilariously embrace. That's something I think really explains Limp Bizkit's longevity and why they still play to massive crowds today. They are very much in on the joke. I don't think anyone's going to a Limp Bizkit show in 2024 to prove how much of a badass they are. It's really just extremely excited fans celebrating in nostalgia. All types of fans too. It's funny, back in the day, Limp Bizkit was seen as this sort of dumb, toxic white male bro degenerate thing only frat guys and trailer park boys listen to. But man, at this show, I saw everyone here. I saw those types of people, but I also saw nu metal fans with their weird clown paint on. I saw parents with kids. I saw rap fans. I saw sports fans. I saw old school rock fans. I saw metalheads. I saw all kinds of various types of people, all happily unified as Bizkit disciples. Limp Bizkit, bringing peace to the world since 1995. Speaking of that, something I appreciated about this show was it felt like the old school tours in the early 2000s that felt like they were more for fun and packed packed with ridiculous antics to set the theme. This weird-ass hype man was the host of the night and would come out between bands to bizarrely entertain everyone. I'm not sure if he was actually part of the tour or if they just found him in a dumpster outside, but hey, he was better than silence. And then after he would fumble around and holler at people for a bit, the one and only Riff Raff would walk out on stage to perform 2 or 3 of his songs. Now, you are correct in your assumption that this was the first time I'd ever listened to Riff Raff's music at all, and I will say that he was also better than silence, so there was that. I thought this wasn't a bad idea, actually, to have a rapper fill some time before each artist. It's not like their setup is difficult. Riff Raff was actually not terrible. I enjoyed it for what it was, and I would have happily watched him lip-sing all of his songs compared to the next musical abortion that was about to pollute my ears. This thing happening on stage here is called Nate No Face, and he makes noises. That's really the only way to describe it. His music sounds like a schizophrenic ranting to himself while shoving a screwdriver in a garbage disposal. It was painful. Up until now, the vibe of the night was a fun, goofy, upbeat atmosphere, and then it became awkward and daunting. Like when you're on a good psychedelic trip with your fun friends, and you get up to use the bathroom, only to find yourself caught in a circle of weirdos in the dark back room, all sharing an existential crisis. That was literally what I thought of while watching him perform. The dude said this tour was the biggest thing he's done and that he was nervous and he knows that his sound isn't for everyone. And hey, I can appreciate that, but I would prefer to appreciate it while not ever hearing it ever again. Shit, I would have much rather watched Corey Feldman again than see this. At least that was funny. A couple of times during this set, me and my friend jokingly started chanting to each other, "Corey, Corey." Sorry, Nate, but that was awful. Anyway, thankfully we all survived that ordeal, and after a quick set change and a little more riff-raffing, the next artist of the night was Bones, a rap group that I had never heard of before, and they were certainly better than the last thing that was on stage. I am not into current day rap music whatsoever. If it came out after 2005, then I do not care about it. But I will say that these guys were not terrible by any means. They definitely brought the energy. A lot of younger people in the crowd started going apeshit when they hit the stage, so I guess they're a pretty big act. Could have fooled me. They were good for what they do. They are just not my personal flavor of the hippity hops, and I was too eager for my early 2000s nostalgia biscuit bitch slap. But once the Bones Boys bounced and we got a little more riffing and a little more raffing, the hour was finally upon us. The patron saint, Freddie D with the LB, calmly walked out on stage, vibing to Sweet Home Alabama until that bizarre creature known as Wes Borland hit the riff for break stuff. And it was on. That shit was awesome. The crowd was on their feet, jumping, everybody yelling along to our favorite agitated anthem. The energy here was insane. The crowd kept jumping and singing for the whole show. If you ever get to see Limp Bizkit live, I recommend doing some cardio training for a few weeks before just to prepare. Limp Bizkit played every song I wanted to hear, which was basically the songs that everybody knows. And hey, their sound was great and clear. The band were having fun. Crowd was very excited and energized. All around, it was a fucking awesome time and took us back to the summer of '99. It's funny, I remember getting into metal in middle school, and all the underground metalheads made fun of Limp Bizkit and said that they suck and that they're a shit band. Man, I don't care what anyone says. Fred Durst is legitimately a good rapper. He's got great flow and rhythm. Guitarist Wes Borland is like a musical AI machine that's stuck on a Halloween setting, and damn it, they're just fun. Sometimes I do want to listen to epic, grandiose, introspective, philosophical, atmospheric, symphonic, black and melodic death metal that leaves you contemplating your place in the universe. And sometimes I want to listen to Fred Durst rap about the Nookie. What? The Nookie. What? And I think that's beautiful. I had such a great time at this show, jumping and singing and doing that weird arm movement thing during Rollin'. Whether you're a fun person who doesn't take things too seriously and likes to have a good time, or a mid-30s millennial in the midst of a midlife crisis, then you can't go wrong with a Limp Bizkit concert. It is a blast. It was a bit strange to me to see Fred Durst with a big bushy white beard. You always have this image of him as that goofy kid from Woodstock, but now he's up there rapping My Generation while looking less street kid and more Santa. But like I said before, he knows that. They know that. You do not get any sense at all that Frederick Durstmeister is up there at 54 years old to prove what a macho tough guy he is. He's up there having fun, and because of that, we in the audience are having a great great fucking time. I 100% would see them again. This will not be the last time I'll be jonesing for my fix off that Limp Bizkit mix. So if Fred and the LB roll through your city, take it from me, grab a red cap, twist it back, and go see what will be the best party since the 90s thanks to the one and only Freddie D. For more from me, check out my band Dark Insanity. You can find us on Instagram, on Spotify, on all of the streaming platforms, on Bandcamp as well. We have our EP Rabid Psychosis out now. Subscribe to my second channel, Why It's Metal Podcast Clips, where I'll be uploading segments from my live podcast and podcasts that I do guest appearances on. We've got merch available for the channel and for the band. Now you can get Why It's Metal t-shirts, Savior of Metal hats, Dark Insanity t-shirts, Dark Insanity weed bags. We've got everything. Links for all of my stuff can be found in the description of this video. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.